Hey, RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. The fuck is going on? 4th of July. 4th of Jews be lying. 4th of July. Pardon me while I get my camera. You know I gotta get y'all seasick first. And then I start the video. All right. Look at all that rotation and shit. Y'all dizzy now? Okay, now we'll start. Yeah, I'm in this bitch. It's the 4th of July. I'm out here in my red, white, and blue. And we're gonna see how many of these fucking lying-ass, fucking capping-ass goofies we can find lacking today. How many people gonna ride past there talking shit today on the 4th of July? Why they gonna light the fucking firecrackers and the sparklers and eat the fucking hot dogs and all that shit, pretending to be fucking patriotic. Want us to be more like China. What the fuck is you talking about? Yeah, get a few nods of approval already. Some horns and shit. Let me see one hater so I can shame them. You know what? Haters, more than likely, they just drive by. Very rarely do I get on camera articulated opposition to what it is that I'm doing or what I represent or what this gun shit is really about. Anyway, what up, Zach? Zachary K. Hubbard in this bitch. If y'all know what gematria is, you're missing out on an opportunity for you to just be your own person, open your mind up to the world, and ask yourself, is any of this shit that gematria is revealing, is any of it likely? How possible is this for all of that to be coincidental? Check out Gematria Fake News 25 here in the chat right now. So salute to him. They're gonna talk about this man in 100 years, 200 years. He's a good man. How you doing?
I was curious what you're doing.
Well, I'm a gun rights activist.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for almost 6 years.
Yeah.
So I do open carry demonstrations as extreme as I can get and still be legal to show people that to this degree they should be allowed. It's a natural responsibility way before it was a constitutional responsibility for government to dictate. It was just in our human nature, you know, that whatever I can pick up for defense, whatever I get my hands on, I'm good, because this is defensive.
So, the police bother you a lot doing this?
Nah, man, you'd be surprised. Maybe a real little bit. Every now and then they kind of post across the line. But they're supposed to line and they like they do. 98% of the time, they go, oh, we know what it is because I've done this for so long that if they were uncomfortable before, about 10 times ago, I know what it's going to be, just like the previous 10 times. You know, so.
I was just curious what you were fighting because I actually can't own a gun because when I was 18 years old, 17, 18 years old, I got charged with a Class D non-violent offense, and I had a public defender. You're supposed to have, be able to have, what is it called, deferred judgment. My public defender gave me no deferred judgments. I never had one in my life. And my brothers had been way more trouble than me. They got deferred judgments, and they both, you know, like I don't do anything. I don't drink alcohol, I don't do drugs, I don't do nothing. I'm a good person. I got in trouble when I was young. You can't own a gun. It's some bullcrap.
Now see, it was a non-violent offense?
Non-violent offense. I haven't been in trouble, and I'm 35 years. It's been like 20 years.
When was the last time you made the attempt to tap in to see where you stood on that?
Because I don't know how to do that.
You should. And what you can do, and this should cost you almost no money. What county did you get in your trouble?
It was in Johnson County.
Get the Johnson County courthouse to give you like a summary of what it was that you got into trouble for, and then you take it to the county that you live in now, Lake County, Minnesota. And you give it to them and you say, this is the only thing holding me back from a natural constitutional right to bear arms. I was never even accused of hurting anybody. Any day that you to get my rights back, I'm asking you guys to do it and to do it now. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but you know what it is. Do it. And they'll do it for you. You'd be surprised, man.
It's non-violent, no drug offense, no nothing like that. I don't have anything like that.
Oh, man, I got a co-worker who I talked in poking around. He did like almost 3 years for marijuana. He was prison, right? Felon in prison, so
I never did all of that.
So you never even did that. They gave him a drug like that. Almost a million drugs like that.
What was his crime, a felony?
It was a felony. He did almost 3 years in prison for it.
They just...
Because he went to Arizona when he had got any trouble. Arizona started lighting up.
Did he have to go to the governor?
No, he didn't have to go that far. Just a local court. This costs him almost no money. He never even needed a lawyer. You can just ask them to tell you what it is that
do you have a card or anything?
Yeah, I do got a card.
Because
this is gonna change your life.
I got sons. I can't even take my son hunting. I got a whole family that goes hunt, fishing, and military family, and I can't even partake in any of them.
Yeah, dude.
And I haven't been in trouble in years. I've been riding.
This is the backdoor gun control. If they can scare you, shame you, or confuse you out of what it is, then you're another person. They can just treat like a gun control. He thinks he's stuck, but he's not. And they like it. That's not cool. Yeah, hell yeah. And you got the camera, and you can look at the
Yep. You know what I just saw on YouTube? I managed to store my phone so full of storage. I tried to delete a video or something.
Yeah, man, this guy did almost 3 years in prison. Very long. Arizona says, hey, we kind of changed our mind about that. We're not going to change.
So they did it for him, and that was like, dude, I haven't been in any trouble, man. I don't even have a drug charge. I don't have nothing.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
My bro's like, I gotta be scared. My bro's always going to the range, and I can't even go to it. I'll tell you that me and my bro's way worse. You know what I mean? Way worse. I can't get a photo of it in my phone home.
Okay, let me see. I got a card in my car. Let me get my card in my car. Yeah, hit me up, man, and I'll let you know what steps to take, and I can actually get you the actual name of the filers, man. You just file a few things.
I would appreciate that.
And when you communicate with them, be direct. Tell them that you know you don't need a lawyer, and intelligence is not, excuse me, y'all, intelligence is not a prerequisite. It's free. You don't have to outsmart them. All right, y'all, I'm back. Had to talk to a guy that stopped. He wanted to know how he can possibly get his gun rights back. He got into some trouble when he was 15. He's under this idea that he's incapable of legally owning a firearm, lawfully owning a firearm, and it's untrue. He's going to find his path, and I'm going to help him. He says he's got 5 kids, man. He seems like a nice guy. There's no way that an asshole bully should win over a guy like that if that bully wanted to hurt this man and or his kids or his wife. Why he gotta lose that fight? That's crazy. Fuck that, bro. He ain't supposed to lose that fight, man. He ain't supposed to lose that fight, man. Get y'all shit right, man. Go get them guns, man. You a good dude? Good. Then I'm talking to you. Prove it. Go get a gun and do nothing but defensive shit. That's what you need to go do. Man, it's some real fucking goofies out here, man. This idea that I mean, I want y'all to think about it very directly. Listen to everything it is that I'm saying, and I want you to place it in the most logical train of thought that you can get your mind into. I want you to listen to me. Does it make any sense at all that the power to use weaponry to stop a tyrannical government, should that power be in the hands of the potential tyrannical government or the people who need to make that call? It sounds like the power should be exclusively in the hands of the people. I don't think that government should have even a position to say, stop, wait, can we talk about this? They can't even do that about the gun rights. They're supposed to say absolutely nothing about it, because if we give them the power to do that, if they want to be tyrannical, you're going to see them go for those guns to make way for all of the tyrannical bullshit that they had planned decades, maybe even centuries ahead of time, man. They know that that's what they would do. So they say, hey, yo, don't let government get one over on you. Let's remind them through this legal bullshit, because it's the only way you can get them to talk is through contract. The fucking Constitution is a contract, but it's not your contract. Contract law is so tricky that I'm telling y'all, the fact that you didn't write that fucking Constitution, you never signed it, they use other contracts to show your willingness and your ignorance to allow them to replace your natural rights with contracts. They present these things to you. If you sign a contract, when they say you have now given up something that you had the power to do, that the contract just put you into our game. So now you can do those things, but only to the tune, song, and dance, or what it is that we say. We interpret this quote-unquote natural right. You have a natural right to own a gun. You sign a fucking contract, and they go, we can tell you how that goes. Your barrel can only be this long or this short. You can only use these projectiles, and only under these circumstances, whether you're hunting, one in the chamber or not. Some states are finicky about that. Some states won't even let you do what it is that I'm doing right now. But why? Iowa says that this is how they get in tune with the Constitution. By allowing quote-unquote constitutional carry, they don't allow shit. What they do is they cease to fight you about the things that you might want to do. They say, hey, we won't fight you about that. The government didn't give me no rights. There's certain things that they will or will not fight us about. That Second Amendment was them saying, hey, we won't fight you about that shit. My man Zachary K. Hubbard said earlier, I don't know if Zach is still here, he says, we're hearing the story of one of the million ways they undermine the Second Amendment. This is what I want people to understand. Every time I see somebody speak about the gun rights, and they speak only from the Second Amendment as the epitome or the archetype of the idea of freedom and gun ownership, then I know what you have done is that you have put your whole fucking foot into the pool of their game, agreeing to play the game. The game is, all of this shit is non-negotiable, really. The Constitution is them saying, just agree to allow us to talk and debate about it, and if you lose the debate, then give up that shit. Deal? And then we say deal. About what? Some shit that they're not even supposed to win at all. So what I'm asking for people to do, especially if you rock with me and you listen to the words that I'm saying, we have to stop going directly to the Second Amendment when we talk about what it is that they're trying to do to us and how they don't got a right to do that. Because they, government bodies, Masons, Jesuits wrote that Constitution. Let's examine what the Constitution has actually done. What has it done? Has it stopped the tyrannical government from running over top of the people? No. The answer is no. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you agree with me that the Constitution has not stopped government from acting wild and crazy and dominating? 1 if you agree. 2 if you think that the Constitution is stopping them. I don't think the Constitution has stopped them. Yeah, it's not stopping. Think of the things that we beg and march about, that the Constitution, if it was so ironclad, it would be like, yo, this ain't no debate. They took the fucking oath of office, and they all fucking rock with the Constitution so heavily that I would imagine with a golden Constitution that's supposed to be so dope, that we would say, look at this, the Constitution is there. We teach it to the kids in school, only part of it. They minimize the fucking Constitution in the schools. But if it was so ironclad, we would all be aware of it, and then we would have no political debate out here to be had, because it would all be well understood and followed. Everybody tried to interpret it how they want to interpret it, and we can't agree on the shit. Let's agree on that. It's not doing anything to stop the government from going crazy. It just doesn't. So now that we understand that, let's ask ourselves this. As the Constitution, let's ask ourselves this. Has the Constitution allowed the government to keep us from doing certain things? Yes, it has. How you doing, man? What's your name, man? David. David? Nice to meet you, man. I love it. What you got? Let me guess. I just took a little bit of glance. It's a Beretta. ATX. TX4. I just bought the ATX. I like it.
TX4 is on some smooth shooters that rotate.
So you enjoying your day, man? How you feel about the Constitution?
Ready to feel was upheld by our government, but other than that.
So I was just asking my audience, and I'm live streaming on YouTube right now. I was just asking my audience if they believe that the Constitution has stopped the tyrannical government.
It's supposed to.
It's supposed to, but it hasn't.
Not yet.
But I do believe that a natural right that we never needed their permission for in the first place, if they write it on a magical paper that it is no more, and then they throw it out, hook shot, no look, into the waste basket. If they try to do that, which I think they're trying to do in some cases, if they do that, how many people step aside and say, well, I guess we lost? They want that Constitution, and when they change it and manipulate it, to get some of us out of the way. So whoever's left, it's crazy, we look like outlaws. And the ones who really understand, we just have to be outlaws. We don't even care what they do to say what it's all. They're going to be. Oh, yeah.
So that's why they're going to.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, you too, man. I like that. I like seeing the whole thing too. Yeah, bullies should be scared. Everywhere they look, they should worry who's trying to be the hero out here. They should not feel comfortable to get their shit off, bro. Everywhere they look, they should see a man that obviously has a gun. Where they go, God damn, I can't do nothing. Everywhere I go, there's a hero. There's a protective man with his kids. Everywhere they go. That should be everything that they see. So that they feel like every time they try to do some shit, it never goes according to plan. Make them feel like that. That's fair as fuck. That's fair as fuck. I think some things just leave a bad taste in people's mouths when you look at the idea of violence, the acceptance of violence, using violence to get what it is that you want. All of that sounds bad. I don't think it does. I think when you're dealing with the bad guys who so wholeheartedly just use all of the fucking violence necessary to get what they want without a care, you have to stop thinking that in order for you to be the best hero you can be, that you should disarm yourself and try not to be violent. That shit crazy. I think you should arm yourself and be very, very happy and satisfied and accepting of the idea that you might have to shoot some shit. Just fucking get over it. And it sounds crazy when it's coming from a man that looks like me, talk the way I do, act the way I act, dress the way I dress. Sometimes listen, I ain't from the streets like I ran through the streets, but I'm from the streets enough that I had a fucking front row view and all the options in the world to get involved in some street shit when I was young. But I always felt like if I wanted what I wanted out of life, I need to tiptoe and take the fucking path of least resistance so I can survive to get whatever it is that I wanted to get. So I never felt like reckless actions would ever serve me well. I knew where I was going to go, the graveyard or to a jail cell. And neither one of them sounded good to me. As a child, I knew this, man. So I was never really too thirsty to get out there in the streets and gangbang and shit. But you know what I do like about the whole fucking gangbanging culture is that they take things like self-defense very seriously. If you ever see a shootout on one of these surveillance videos of somebody's door, ring video, some shit like that, if you ever see these shootouts that you see all over the internet now of two fucking sides of a gang war shooting at each other, do not forget that one side of that is acting in natural self-defense and that they should be fucking shooting. and I don't fucking blame them. It ain't a law on the books that I won't break to save my life. So once you is engulfed in that fucking life and you proudly say, man, I'll shoot some shit. What the fuck do I got to lose with my life? Niggas is trying to kill me. They killed my brother last year. Never got, well, not me personally, but I'm just saying. If this is your story, that your brother died last year and they never fucking caught the killer, or the killer got, or the killer got acquitted off a technicality, they couldn't find a murder weapon, or there were no eyewitnesses, or whatever the fuck, like, come on, man.
Hell yeah. Appreciate what you're doing, man.
Thank you. Anybody, regardless of the circumstances, if someone is threatening your life and you was not just trying to do that to them, but they doing that to you, you're supposed to win the fight, period. And I don't give a fuck about nothing else after that. Nothing else matters after that, man. Y'all are bugging, man. This idea, like this unrealistic, like fairy tale ass expectation that people have that only bad people are going to be involved in violent situations, or every gangbanger is in the fucking wrong. No, they not, bro. No, the fuck they not. Some of these dudes is acting off of a legitimate fear that if I had that fucking fear, I would carry a gun like I do, right? And I ain't even got no fucking beef in the streets like that. I'm gonna carry this gun anyway. It's a shitty lottery. I don't want to fucking win. If I fucking gamble with my fucking life and then one day things start transpiring and I'm either by myself or with my kids, how much of a failure am I if I'm with my kids? This whole time I had an opportunity to protect them and myself with a firearm, and I just never really did that. And then the one day where I wish that I was the one with the gun to stop this nonsense from happening to me and or my kids, I'm gonna feel like I failed in life, and you don't get another fucking chance if you facing some other guy with multiple guys, any kind of fucking weapon at all. If you ain't got no weapon and there's multiple guys with weapons, man, you already lost. It don't even got to be a gun. A fucking woman, 5'2", can command an entire room of fucking gorilla ass, grown ass fucking men if she's the only one with the gun. If y'all have this expectation that that every cop, it must be a fucking good person and she'll be believed off his fucking story, you are out of your mind, man. You're not even paying attention to life, man. You can look at LA County, Orange County, California, and look at the corruption and the gang activity inside these police departments and sheriff departments. If you go look at that shit, I don't understand how you could trust another badge again. You say I can't trust the badge, I gotta trust the individual if I can find my way to doing that. I'll try that. Trusting a badge because it's a badge is stupid. That's like believing all fucking women. That's retarded too. That's insane. I'm not gonna believe all of no group or nobody about nothing, motherfucker. Who is you as an individual? And nothing else matters, man. All of this illusion y'all paint over shit, ridiculous. Unrealistic expectations about life and shit and what's supposed to happen, y'all tweaking, bro. I stopped giving up on this idea that me being a good person meant that people were gonna leave me alone. What the fuck that mean? None of that shit fucking matters, man. Me being a good person is not gonna keep me from getting hurt, period. Fuck about that. You gotta move on to phase 2, getting a fucking gun. Phase 3 is fucking coming to terms with the fact that you might have to kill somebody one day. You gotta be okay with that. And when you and I always go one more step further, because that ain't never fucking enough. I start looking out into the world, and once I feel safe and secure, I go, what else can I fucking make safe and secure around this motherfucking family, kids? Boom, got that. What else? I start looking for more shit. I'm looking to see where my limit is at. And if I can protect a corner right now for a little bit of time, this is the safest corner on the block. I'm safer than law enforcement, actually. Because I can't stop your car. I can't tell you don't like the way you was driving. I can't make you identify yourself. I can't make you keep your hands on the fucking wheel to tell me if you got firearms in the car. I can't say that I fear for my fucking life and then kill you and then act like me stopping your car wasn't the initiation, but you resisting me was the initiation, so I should be let go because you scared me? Man, get the fuck out of here. Qualified immunity and all that bullshit. Get that bullshit from out of my life. I don't got none of that illusion to hold over you. I am way safer. I will protect you if I had to. There's no way I'm gonna back up. See this what's crazy. If you want to be a hero and you're a good guy, if you don't have a gun, you are trying to imagine yourself and trying to play yourself off as being this kind of person to your family when it's capped, you lying. If you ain't got no gun and you claim you love your kids, I'm gonna have a hard time believing it. Because you got this love for your kids, but you won't match that with the propensity for defensive violence to protect your kids against any and everything that could possibly come their fucking way on a regular fucking day out about in the fucking world. Anything can happen. You have to be ready to prepare yourself for that. If I told you stats on like house fires, maybe showed you some gruesome graphic pictures of some house fire victims, tell you some sad stories about some kids and shit like that, and then told you you can have no fire extinguisher in your house. The chemicals in that thing might be harmful for the children. And just because it might be harmful for the children, we're going to ignore the fact that it might be helpful for the children. Right after we just scared you with all these motherfucking stats about the children dying in the fucking house fires. And we're going to tell you that you can't have a fucking fire extinguisher in your house. You go, man, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? But when they do that shit about that gun shit, y'all go, yeah, get all the guns. As if you thought that you saying that, you crying about the motherfucking kids, and then writing it on a fucking magical paper is going to get the bad guys to put their guns down? Shut your dumb ass up. That shit ain't going to never make no bad guy that want to hurt no fucking kids put their gun down because y'all wrote it on the fucking paper. Shut your silly ass up. You have no expectation for that to work. Gun control is crazy as fuck. They actually expected if they write one more thing down on the paper, this time we will listen. Them criminals don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't keep up with changing gun laws. Good chance that you told these motherfuckers not to vote. Anyway, they can't vote, they felons. What the fuck is a felon? You supposed to kill or put felons in prison for life. You let them out, that's not a felony, bruh. That's not how that's supposed to go at all. Y'all did that so y'all can keep forever tabs on these motherfuckers' lives and make it more likely that you can cycle them back into the system when you call them a felon over misdemeanor type shit. Shut your bitch ass up. I can see you. Motherfuckers be acting like they too smart, bro. I fucking hate gov-loving pussies, and I hate the fucking government, bro. They like to talk around you in circles and walk around with this stick up their ass and their nose in the air like they too good for people, like they too smart and too whatever the fuck is. If you roll up in a Mercedes Benz and a fucking $2,000 suit, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, Mr. Government. You're an asshole. You don't even realize that your fucking oath of office might have fucking placed you in might have placed your ass in a world of fucking trouble. What? Oh, at home? I didn't even think I was coming out here. Totally forgot. But that oath of office might have got you in trouble. If you are in violation of U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242, your ass is in hot water, buddy. Kiss my dick, you stupid. You cannot use the color of law to violate no motherfucking constitutional or natural rights, even if that shit made it the law status. If making it the law status was a fucking crime and y'all didn't notice, you gotta be smarter than that paper, boy. You gotta be smarter than that fucking paper. If you didn't know you did that, check out the Nuremberg trials if you don't understand. Say that you were just doing your job is not going to exempt you from prosecution about the shit that you did if you violated natural or constitutional laws. And you have, man. All of you have. Not a damn one of y'all has escaped that shit. That's what's funny to me. People like to say, oh, the cops are a gang, it's the biggest gang, and then you want to point to all of these different things. Yeah, that's a byproduct of something that we've already let slip past us. This idea that the Constitution was supposed to protect us and that it has been working. It ain't been working. They keep playing you about that fucking, about the Second Amendment because they've already fucking marched you through infringements on that shit already 100 fucking times. They've been infringed on it. One more infringement just looked like a business as usual to them. They don't even know why y'all so mad. Y'all said y'all wanted to negotiate. They win negotiations, then give it up. That's what they expect. They think you being a sore loser. You agreed to play the game. You should have told them there is no game. Let's revert back to square one. I got a natural right to do this. Should we start over? Write another constitution, bro. Let me write my own. Something. It's a contract. How y'all contract with me about this shit? This ain't even up for debate, man. The shit ain't even supposed to be up for debate. Y'all are retarded. up for debate. It can't be up for debate while we watch the potentially tyrannical government that we might have to fight against. Why are they the ones in the debate with us and they win? Does that sound like it makes sense to y'all at all? I need answers, man. When you know that it makes absolutely no sense at all, then you gotta look at the Constitution and say, either we got set up or this guy's so misunderstood that the founding forefathers don't realize that they handed us over to these motherfuckers. Because now they think it's debatable, but it's not. And then they be winning debates and then we give it to them. What the fuck do you think they're gonna do but march on? Don't be so fucking dumb. Yeah, thanks, man. That's what we're for everybody, man. You know, it is a contribution, man. It feels all over that. We like one of these things, man. I would never address another man that doesn't have a gun, even if I can't see it. I'm going to assume that he does. And if I want to be a brother to him, I'm just going to assume that he might be capable of willing to shoot. This is just trying to be safe and be respectful of the next man. But they put it in the Constitution and say, oh, well, that's debatable. You have to leave us alone. The bad guys conflict with the black hole. Take the bad guy out. They should be uncomfortable with the bad guys that want to shoot you. They should be uncomfortable like 7 guys like you. They get the fuck out of there. They don't understand when they see you. Yeah, you too, man. Anybody ever challenge your life, you're supposed to win, man. You're the good guy, man. You too. Yeah, let me ask the universe to leave that young man alone. Leave him alone, man. Hopefully he get a gun before anybody ever challenges him, man. Good kid, man. Hey, listen. CNN wants you to think that this will never happen. A nigga in the middle of Iowa getting waves and hugs from the public while he armed like this. Do y'all see this shit? Yeah. One of the chamber too. I do not play. Very serious. Safety arm. One of the chamber. I do not play. Listen. Bad guys are very happy and proud when they use violence. That's good, Zach. Thanks for the update on the hug count. Bad guys are so proud of their violence. I think good guys should be proud of the violence when you have to stop a bad guy. Do it with a smile on your face. Tell him that he can't get away with nothing. There will be no bullying. They need to know this. Like, a criminal shouldn't be measuring how much time he might get if he get caught. He should be measuring how many times his would-be victim is going to shoot at him. That's what's supposed to happen. Bad guys are not supposed to be winning no fights, man. None. I love knowing that the racial divide is a problem that we only need to look inside of the four walls of government, of the government fortress. We need to look there for the racism because that's where racists can go and possibly get their shit off. That's crazy, the way they do young black youth. Some of these judges been accused of manipulating charges and holding juveniles in detention for prolonged periods of time so that he can reach quotas and goals to get more funding for youth centers and shit like that. And this has been proven. Multiple judges have done just that. That's one little fucking microscopic examination of what the justice system might enable in society. It becomes a gateway for child traffickers to do that shit, do it well, not get caught, be too big to even be challenged. The fuck you look like knocking on the door of a governor that's been accused of shit like that and acting like you're really going to do something to him about that shit. No, you're not. They become child dealers and child abusers that you can't even address. Walk up to a politician that's being accused of that shit, when you know you got all of the evidence that you need to be damn fucking sure that that's what you're dealing with. Punch them in this shit, watch what happens. They will act like you did something wrong, but they will actually ignore, hide, take bribes, and all type of shit to cover for the fact that Child Protective Services, some of these judges, lawyers, police officers even, man, look, why would these people go there so they can do that shit and hide? Why would they not? Come on, man. You are giving bad guys all of the cover. We got to stop doing that. We need to make these public service offices a place where they can do the job that we expect for them to do, but they have nothing to hide behind, no immunity or nothing. And you can end that with the gang, the nationwide gang that is law enforcement. I'm telling you, if a cop from Las Vegas gets on a fucking flight with a cop from New Jersey, they brothers, and they know it. If they talk enough to say, hey, I'm in the law enforcement, oh yeah, me too, blah, blah, blah. Man, they gonna be like this, man. They gonna rock with each other, man. Off top, it's a brotherhood, it's a fraternity. Literally it is. Come on, man, it's a Masonic fraternity. And it only makes sense. Because why was something as expansive, why was something so expansive like law enforcement not be something held together by a centralized power so that it remains somewhat uniform? There's got to be some uniformity to it. You have to imagine that when you see a cop and you ask where his boss is, and he points to the fucking chief and you go, nah, the other boss. And you keep on pointing down the line until he points to a mayor, a fucking governor, a senator. No, tell them to keep on pointing. They're all going to start pointing to a group of men that'll be this many. There'll be almost nobody. And you be like, damn. I say point and take me to your leader. And I found my way where? In the fucking Jesuit society. You're going to be surrounded by fucking Masons, fraternity, dark magic, legalese, all type of shit. That's where you're going to find yourself if you think that casually waving at a police officer who's driving by, he's the friendly Mr. Officer, Mr. Friendly, get the fuck out of here. He is very heavily fucking attached to something that if you follow down the line of fucking trails to see where it ends, you're not going to be in a fucking safe place for yourself. Then I hope you don't fucking find yourself in a dark room lit by candles. You hear motherfuckers humming and fucking singing and shit, singing in a fucking Latin language you don't understand. That's where you gonna find yourself at. Ask him where his boss is at. What are you talking about, man? Y'all ain't freaking, man. Y'all bugging, man. And when I say fuck the police, I don't mean all of them. I don't mean all of the people. I don't know that man. I probably like him if he ain't had a badge. I'm talking about the lane of law enforcement. If I don't like fast food and I say fuck McDonald's, I'm not saying fuck everybody that work at McDonald's. Hell, if she cute, I might date her. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm saying that what it is that you have gotten involved with is some shit that I don't think is really honorable. And a cop will watch a law about weed change, and then all of a sudden, he not gung-ho to fucking chase you down, kick your fucking door in, and take the kids out the house about the weed if they change the magical paper. Boy, do you hate this weed or not? Do you hate this fucking weed or not, bro? Be your fucking self. They can't be themselves. This is why all cops are bad. You cannot be yourself as a cop. You better fucking shapeshift into the law enforcement officer that will abide by the laws and fucking duties as given to you by your police department. If you cannot do that, you can't be a cop. And if who you are clashes with that, you better leave that shit at home or you can't be here. Don't it make sense that they got to do that when I say it? Then how can you honor them just because they're police officers? It's going to have to take more than that. It's going to take more than that. I mean, the average sheriff in Orange County, he's not a better man than me because he's a sheriff. He's involved in trafficking of kids and drugs, and I'm a way better man than I ain't never did that stuff. The badge is not a uniform. Oh, he must be a good guy. No, he's not, bro. Did you know him? How you doing, man?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good.
What you up to?
Well, I'm a gun rights activist. I've been doing this for almost 6 years. So what I do is I come out here and exaggerate while still being in legal form, lawful, to do all of this. And then I tell people, this is legal. You should take a look. You should for yourself to protect because weakness is always it's up to you. It's not up to your father. He gave you life. It's not up to him. My father told me that I could take care of him. Don't wait for me to wait for you guys. You can just stand up. So I don't look for law enforcement to protect our
Thanks, man. Keep it up.
You got family, right?
You bet.
Man, yeah, you seem like a good dude. You should win every fight that you didn't start. If you didn't start it, you gotta win. You gotta win.
All right, have a good one.
You too, man. Yo, I got my 6-year anniversary for the open carry demos coming up in October. It's coming fast, man. It's already July. This is crazy. It's July already. October will be here in no time. What I want to do is I want to get 100 hugs in one day. I'm not going to leave till I get 100 hugs. I'm going to get a little countdown pad where you can rip off the page, I'll sign it, take a picture with whoever it is, so I can get lots of pictures that day, and then you can say that you was, hug number 71 or some shit like that on my 6-year anniversary, man. That's gonna be dope. It's gonna be cool. I'm glad you guys understand that, like, not everybody that likes a gun is gonna be a bad person. It is a mental health thing. 65% of the gun deaths in this country are self-checkout. That's 65%, that's crazy. Right? Yeah. What percentage of mass shooters are self-checkout? 100%. So you take all of the mass shooters and 65% of the gun deaths, instead that they're all like bipolar or suicidal shooters, America has a suicide problem, not a gun problem. We're not even top 10.
I had to come shake your hand.
In the world.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks, man.
Ain't nobody got the balls to come out and do this shit.
I know, and it's legal too. If the Law Society says, hey man, this is legal, and we don't do it, that's crazy. We should be pushing all of their limits. We should be pushing all of this shit.
Right.
Yeah, we should be pushing them back by coming out here and be like, I want more. ATF, free that Glock 18, I want the switch and all that.
Right. No, I appreciate what you're doing, man.
Thank you. You'll never check my YouTube out. I'm streaming YouTube live right now. It's RPM Trade Vietnam. RPM Trade Vietnam. Thank you. Yeah. It can't be up to the bad guys if we're going to be able to have the tools to stop them or not. If you leave it up to the bad guys and we can have these tools or not, you know damn fucking well that they're going to take it right before they do some funky shit. You have to be on the lookout for that to happen. And if I told you the scenario in a fucking story, or if this was a movie, fuck all the cliffhangers, you're going to predict this fucking movie. You're going to be in the theater going, oh shit, here it comes. You're going to know what's coming, bro. You can't get the bad guys, the potential tyrannical government, to come and tell us what to do about the gun shit. I think they're supposed to have zero say, actually. If you give them a little bit, you give them an inch, they try to take the mile. You know that, right? I don't think it's up to them. It cannot be up to them at all. It's the last thing that needs to be up to them. Even if they take the First Amendment and they say, we can't say that, you know what you can do? Say what you want anyway and dare them to fucking stop you because you'll just start shooting. That Second Amendment is first, actually. It's the first law of nature, actually. Self-preservation. Self-preservation, first law of nature. Y'all tweet. I don't even care about the Second Amendment. I mean, the First Amendment. The freedom of speech. I care about it, but I know that the only way you can stop me from saying something that I want to say is if you come physically stop me. Otherwise, I know I can just keep on saying what I'm saying. If you can get me to shut up, it's because I'm scared about what you're going to do. But if what you're going to do, I can give right back to you. You can tell me I don't got a right to say shit. I'm gonna say it anyway and cock my gun and go, I fucking dare you to fucking stop. How you gonna stop me? I say what I want. That's the response to that. That fucking gun shit is way more important than what people give it credit for. And I don't give a fuck if you cannot afford a gun or don't want one. Stand out of the way there for all of the people that do, because I'm telling you, you're dealing with some shit that you are giving credence and credit to a game that they designed, that they expect for you to lose. I'm not going to debate them about no gun rights. I know that they can't have it. I don't care about going to no courtroom. I stopped watching the ATF and what they're doing about the pistol brace thing and all the gun legislation going around. I stopped caring. I went from using that to activate my activism when I bought a gun to own a gun and had to learn the gun laws where I live and the surrounding states and shit, so I was fucking privy to it. So that I understood what it was that I was dealing with. Once I started doing that and realizing the different contradictions between states about the gun laws, and I didn't understand like how we all supposed to be standing on the Constitution, but y'all can't agree on it. Then what I could be okay to do over here in Iowa, if I go to Illinois, the cops will shoot me down for doing this in Iowa, in Illinois, and the public will say, hey man, the cops are doing their job, man, that shit is illegal, it's on the paper. It's on the paper. It's on the paper. Nobody will stop and say, but wait a minute, go. Across the river over here in Iowa, it's on the paper that the cops should act like this. In regards to seeing a man in public like this. They should act like this. And that the public should be maybe encouraged to do so. And if they do, nobody's going to bother them. Nobody can stop them. This is constitutional. This is what they say in Iowa. How is it that Iowa as a state could watch this happen to me if I went over to my homeland of Illinois across the river and I was like, I'm going to do this over here too. On the corner. In the neighborhood where I grew up in, I'm going to do this just like this. Over here, I'm at home. The cops will fucking shoot me down. They wouldn't even be comfortable when they saw me. The cops over here, even if they do come up and ask me for my ID, which they're not gonna get, they come with some calm and cool because of what the magical paper told them to do and say and how to perceive this, regardless of what they feel like inside. And what they feel like inside contradicts what they're supposed to do out here. They say leave that shit at home or you can't have no job. That's what they do, and you know it. Stop calling them men when they have to give up who they are to fit the mold for the job. That's not a man. That's crazy because you're dealing with heavy shit. People's lives are at risk here. Yours is too. Don't forget that. Yours is too. Do you hear me? Yours is too. Why are you playing that game like that? There's no such thing as a good cop. Stop saying it. Y'all gotta stop saying that shit. I don't like that. It's actually untrue. And you can tell that it's untrue, but y'all don't like talking things down to so much of a bottom line that you can go no further. And then ask yourself, now what is it that I'm looking at? Now what is it? When I can't strip it down no more, what is that? If you do that, you will realize that there's no such thing as a good cop. No such thing as a good cop. Cops right now will chase you down about that weed in Iowa. They will fuck your life up. If they change it on paper not to do that, then that same cop will refuse to do that to you. Why can't he think for himself? He can't even see what's right or wrong because of the paper. Yeah, I love you too, bro. Yeah, you heard me talking that weed shit. You probably going to fucking buy some fucking roller papers right now. That's a grown ass man, white boy, bushy fucking beard, fucking mullet, no joke, mullet, dark hair, fucking big ass oversized fucking shades on, big bushy beard, white boy, probably in his fucking early 30s, maybe. I love you to the nigga standing on the corner looking like this. Never seen me before a day in his life. This shit breaks barriers. It knocks all of the bullshit down. It allows people who might not like black people a whole lot, might not like the culture. People who might be fearful of black people, have bad experiences, or feel like their way of life just clashes so much that they just don't got shit in common with niggas that like hip hop and big booty bitches and all this other shit. They like to go mudding and all this. If that's what he do, fine. He might seem like he has separated himself, maybe even based on race, but I doubt it. Because when he saw me, all of that shit goes away. Then you can see clearly what it is that you were judging on a superficial level, on the surface, thinking that you know the next fucking man because of what it is that they look like. They like when y'all do that. They like it when y'all not smart enough to think past that dumb shit. The only time government loves you is when you stupid. They love your stupid. They love that shit. You would have never thought. I love pointing this shit out. You would have never thought me and this guy standing side by side. And you would have seen a split screen mugshot of me and this dude on a news broadcast that was muted where you couldn't hear what it said. You would think instantly, black on white racial violence. That's what you would think. Because I look like a nigga. He looked like a country ass Iowa white dude. he did this out the window and pointed at me when I was talking that weed shit. And then when they pulled off, he said, I love you. No dig. Crazy. What racial divide, man? That racial divide is hard to find. It's just hard to find, man. I'm not saying it's not out there. Everywhere you find it, if you ask somebody to explain their issues with racial differences between them and another group of people, you're gonna start talking about all the shit that scares them. Watch, I bet you're gonna start saying a whole bunch of shit that sound like fear and ignorance. It's fucking stupid. Stop fucking judging people like that. That white boy showed me more love and respect than niggas I grew up with. It's niggas I grew up with, they won't act like that when they see me. They won't act like that. They don't know what I'm doing, or they know and they don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Fucking like these fucking skin color and talking about who I'm going to fucking relate to. The fuck out of here. You can't even spell culture without cult. They literally want you to bind so much to a cultural racial togetherness with a whole bunch of strangers that you think you can draw that line between you and other fucking races of people. Why the fuck would I stand together with a fucking black dude because he's black against a white man that I don't know? For what reason? You got to give me more reason than that. It's going to have to be, you got to find a foundation of moral differences in order for me to start choosing sides. Especially if the white boy in question is a gun rights activist too, and he loves what I'm doing, but the black guy is out of his uniform, but he's a cop, and he just got the orders to come get my fucking AR-15. Which one you think I'm gonna rock with? Where is the race? At what point do I calculate that to see if maybe this black cop who's about to do this to me because of fucking magical paper, maybe we're still brothers at heart because slavery, and get the fuck out of here. Y'all sound crazy. Skin color is not gonna bond me to nobody. Either you're a good person or you're not. I don't got time for the other stuff. What's up, Kimberly? Who else is in this bitch, man? Quinn is in here as usual. Austin, what up? Charmed One is in here. What's up, Charmed One? Yeah! Big, heavily overweight, bushy beard, white guy. I would have never thought we had anything in common. That motherfucker was happy to see me. How that happened? Stop playing. Stop playing. I love these country ass white boys out here in Ireland. I love that shit. I love to see. I love it when black folks see me too, because I want them to know that there's no way for me to avoid the racial issue when I come out here black as fuck with the gun. The race thing is just gonna come up. Even when black people see me, they say, "What's up, man?" Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Even when black people see me, like when they address me as the black guy with the gun, I always cringe a little bit because I would want him to act the same way if I was doing the exact same thing that I was doing, but I was white. I would want him to do the same thing. And maybe he would. Maybe he would. Maybe he would just bring another angle to show his appreciation. That's possible. But it's just bigger than that, man. Race can't determine whether my kids are safe or not around you. I can't use race to determine that at all. It just seems useless. The racial identity, especially when people make it a part of who they are. Look at him. Y'all see him? Go on about your business, little piggy. That racial divide, it's not good for nothing. It only seems to make the most sense once you accept the fight about the racial divide, and now you got to defend yourself about it. Then all of a sudden you start hearing these good things. This is what they do. They take something that makes like a lot of sense, to you, and then they twist you about it. That way, when you give the proper energy to it, even though you have given into the racial divide, you seem so justified. You seem so justified in doing and saying what it is you need to do and say. No sound? I got no sound right now? Did the wind just draw it out so much? Can I get one more confirmation that I have no sound? Oh, the sound is good. Okay. Good. Disambiguation 144. What up, man? I'm trying to keep it funky out here. If this corner looks familiar to y'all, this is the same corner that the drunk dude ran up on me and Cuz last summer, talking shit, talking about put the guns away and calling us to a fight, trying to get us to literally put the guns down and fist fight him. That sounds crazy to me. What I love about that interaction, for multiple reasons, I love that interaction. But one thing I know for sure is that we had the guns. He didn't have one, but he was the violent one though. Me being in possession of a gun does not mean that I am going to be violent. It just means that I am going to be defensively violent, which is always good. Like, people act like violence is just like bad just because. It's just not though. For what it is that bad guys do to people, especially when they get away with it, very often they get away with it because they can trump you with the violence that they were willing to bring to the table, while you the whole time was trying to be so good that you didn't even want to be violent to the bad guy. I think that's weird to me. People that traffic children, they like violence so much that I would happily shoot one of them down and not care. And I know that sounds like bad to people or whatever, but it shouldn't though, because y'all got to remember that before I said that I was shooting him down, who the fuck was it that I was talking about? Who was I talking about? I'm talking about a child trafficker. So become a little bit more comfortable with the idea that you might need to use violence to stop some people. Period. That shit gets the fucking job done. You shoot a child trafficker in his face, he stopped touching kids, don't you? What the fuck? Y'all ass tweaking. What up? At the red light.
Brother? Let's go. Hell yeah. It's that boy right here.
Yeah.
He out here making a difference.
Trying to, man. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I try to be a little flashy with it. Do that. Hell yeah, do that, bro. Yep. We got to stop letting government think that it's up to them to speak to us about the gun rights at all. Allowing them to discuss this makes them think, oh, so we're going to discuss it? Okay, so when y'all lose this fucking debate, you're going to give it up, right? They have total expectations that if you allow them to debate it, then you will allow them to win and then not fight them about it. Because when they write a gun law, they say you're going to abide or we're going to get these guns clapping out here. That's what they tell you. Why can't we tell them, y'all going to leave them gun rights alone and we're not going to debate y'all no more. You're going to leave it alone and we're going to start clapping at y'all ass. There's nothing wrong with saying that. There's just nothing wrong with it. I don't care how scary it sounds to y'all or what y'all think it is that's going on. If you know that it makes sense for me to say it to any bad guy at all, no matter who it is, government is not off the table. They're not supposed to talk to us about no gun rights. When they write a law, they say we will shoot you down for the law. We should tell them if they want these guns, they will get shot down trying to get it because we're not going to debate them no more about none of that. They're not supposed to say nothing about the gun rights. If they talk about them gun rights, it's going to be because they want to do something bad to you. How y'all doing? Yeah, that's what's up. Thank you guys for understanding. Check my YouTube out too. Check my YouTube out? Yeah, we can picture and all that. Yeah, that's what's up. Oh, you want to check my YouTube, all right?
Sure, yeah.
You got your camera on? You put your camera on?
Fun. Oh, thank you. Happy for
You too. Listen, people be understanding. When you drive past it or if you pull up when you see me, you got this much time to determine how you feel about what it is that I got going on. Very often, all the people that support me, as soon as they see me, they go, that's easy. I know what that is. I know what that is. It's a political message. This is how. The whole time when I first started doing this, I knew I was going to do it just like this. I was thinking I was going to walk them down. I was going to tiptoe into the situation, and before long, I would be so well understood for who it was that I was that it would just be cemented into the history of the entire city, bro. That I did this, and forever now in Cedar Rapids, forever, bro. Any cop that approached me has to approach me like hundreds of times they have driven past me while I was out here doing this. And if they approach me, they have to know that they got to be delicate, sweet, smooth, kind, and all of that like they always been. As soon as they pop off crazy, when I ain't never been like that and it was never meant to be none of that in the first place, you have to know that the cop was under a misunderstanding, that he was willing to bring aggression to a situation that did not deserve aggression, and that he is definitely going to be breaking all types of laws, threatening my life at the same time. Boy, good luck, motherfucker. Good fucking luck. Not gonna play no games with you. It's already too late. I'm already in this bitch. The first time I got out and did an open carry demonstration, I went all the way down to the police station. Walked inside, unarmed. And I said, hey, this is my name, this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm gonna be at, okay? And they went, oh, okay. So I went and did that shit. Next time, I called them. And I said, hey, I'm calling, letting y'all know where I'm gonna be at. Y'all gonna get some calls, that's me. Remember me from last time? Yeah, okay, cool. And then the third time, I called and they went, oh yeah, Trey, oh yeah, we know about you. Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead, have fun. It's a nice day out. I was like, y'all doing all that? I'm not calling y'all no more. Then I stopped calling. But you gotta tiptoe. You gotta bring the sign. You gotta make a political message. You make something like the examination of an old man. Yeah. What's that?
Air that bitch out!
Air that bitch out.
Oh no.
Air him out!
These white boys pull up and say, air that bitch out. Talk about air that bitch out like I'm just going blah 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 in the air. Boys, you crazy? These some white boys. They was yelling something, I couldn't understand what they were saying, but they was looking at me like, come on. They was looking at me like, what? Do it. And I'm like, what'd you say? Air this bitch out. Y'all ass crazy. Y'all tweaking. Air it out. Y'all crazy. Ain't it the 4th of July too? Last 4th of July, I was downtown Cedar Rapids. It was like a ghost town, bro. There was almost no traffic. I got very little interaction. It was kind of a boring open carry, bro. I couldn't believe it. But Marion, this corner too, especially with all this traffic that be coming through here, Marion be busting, boy. Man, I should have came out here with the roses. So I do open carry demonstrations that I call Guns N' Roses, where I bring out, I bag up 5 rounds of 9mm, the most common. It's the most commonly bought. It's not even the most commonly used in crimes and shit. I think 22 caliber is, but it's a very popular handgun round. So I bring out 5 rounds of 9mm in the bag for people who might come up and I say, hey, you got a 9mm? You got a gun? You got a 9mm? Here, we go 5 rounds on me. And I just give them 5 rounds of ammo. Or I got the roses too. So when the women come up, I give them the roses, and I call it Guns N' Roses. We're gonna do a few of them this year before the season ends for sure. I should have did one today. It'd been a good day for that. Guns N' Roses, boy. The fuck out of here, boy. Mike Cool in this bitch. Who just said that about Mike Cool? Rick James said, what up, Mike Cool? Hey, Mike Cool is the man, man. He understands, man. I love it when people fucking understand, man. I love when people understand. Rick James said 3 times the love. Oh, the girl. Oh, yeah, the girls. Yeah. One guy, a guy told me one time, man, that he thought that I was just trying to stunt for ladies and shit. I was giving little big energy when I had the Guns N' Roses out. He was like, man, you just mad. You mad that I'm doing and exuding all of this energy that you know women like. What woman doesn't want their man to be protective, diligent? They can stand up to anybody. I ain't that tall, man. I'm 5'10". I'm 5'11" on a good day, right? I'm average. My height is average as fuck. I've been working out, but I ain't fucking crazy buff or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an average dude. I don't give a fuck if you 6'8", nigga. I don't give a fuck where you been or what you done or how you train. You can't stop me. You can't hurt me. I'm your height with this fucking AR on me. I'm your height with this Glock on me. Fuck is you talking about, bro? Fuck is you saying? It's the equalizer, bro. It's the fucking equalizer. I cannot just be bullied, bro. Any bully know he got to die to bully. But that's why I take it. And some people say, oh, live by the gun, die by the gun. Man, fuck out of here. Sometimes you gotta be the one to make a nigga die by that shit. Fuck is you talking about? I'm out here to play my part. I'm not living by nothing. I'm living by love, motherfucker. I know what I came out here with first. That's the first thing I present to people first. It's all love. The gun come in like, that's secondary. And the ball be in your court. I'm out here like this to everybody. Any and everybody. I take a hug from any and everybody, I don't care. If it don't go in that direction, it's probably your fault. The fuck? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Play with Nintendo, nigga. Oh yeah, Guns N' Roses. The first Christmas me and my girl spent together, I bought her a Guns N' Roses, a Guns N' Roses t-shirt, and her first gun. That's where I got the idea from. So now I come out here like, man, Guns N' Roses for real, man. 5 rounds of 9mm to the anybody that own a firearm when they walk up to me, and then a rose for the ladies. That's what I do. And I got these open carries all over my YouTube where I do that, and we're gonna do that some more though, cause I like doing that, man. It's an idea of reminding women of the chivalry inside of a man that says that by any means, regardless of what any bad guy might want to bring to the table, I'm capable and willing to do whatever the fuck he want to do. He showed up to do harm to you or me or anybody, I can match him, bro. Where's he gonna go where I can't meet him? You gonna go nowhere, bro. I will match you wherever you want to go, where you want to take it. A real man will tell a bad guy that. A real man can't say that you standing tall to be diligent to protect yourself or the girl or the kids y'all got. Bro, come on, man. The best way for you to do that is for you to say that you also have a firearm, amongst other things. Conflict resolution, being willing to compromise, being rational, understanding, compassionate. All of that shit is important. If rational thought and compassion won't stop a bully, then you tell that bully that wherever he wants to take it, that's where you're going to go. Bullies shouldn't be winning no fights. They shouldn't be getting off on nothing, bro. Home defense is important. You know? Home defense is important. Right? If you don't like guns and you think you're honorable because you don't own one, put a sign in your yard that says this is a gun-free household. I bet you won't do it. You know what you look like when you do that. You're not going to be that proud of not owning an AR-15. Tell the world you don't got one then. I bet you keep your mouth shut. I bet you keep your mouth shut. You're going to look like a sick duck. The people that got AR-15, and they love it when they're the only ones that got that shit. It makes no sense at all to think that the best way for you to get by in the world is that if the fucking cops that you shouldn't just be trusting just because, or that the bad guys that's looking for fucking easy pickings to get over on your ass, why you want them to be the only ones with the guns while you standing in the middle? Scared of the fucking criminals that depending on the fucking cops for every fucking thing. That shit sounds retarded. That's a bad idea, buddy. Sounds like a bad idea. I think that's very much beta male little dick energy. If you can't find nothing in life that you would live and kill and die for, would I shoot somebody to save my kid? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, I would. Fuck yeah, I would. You got your goddamn mind? Do all that shit. I have to try not to overdo a motherfucker. Boy, I destroyed a body. Mag dump. From here on up, mag dump. I just destroyed all that shit. Huh? Bad guys do shit like that. Bad guys do crazy shit to people. When I see like how much bad guys just fucking frolic in the fucking meadows of fucking violence with the gunshots going off and the fucking child trafficking and fucking domestic abuse and fucking extortion, armed robbery and all this other shit, I go, man, look at y'all. Just so comfortable doing that shit to people. How you so comfortable doing it? I just get comfortable with the idea of hurting one of y'all there. Well, just make yourself comfortable with doing that. The cops do. They gotta be comfortable as fuck with that shit. How you think a cop feel if he go into a fucking armed robbery and a guy has the fucking hostage or something? Or he held up inside of a store that he was trying to rob. And now the cops is outside. You know what the cops is thinking? That nobody who don't deserve to be in the middle of this shit should ever be hurt. Every time they think that he is in there hurting bad guys, motherfuckers start getting real fucking thirsty to hurt him. I'm trying to put my frame of mind there right now. Get thirsty to hurt the bad guy. That way when they go down, if it ever got to go down, I can be like, huh, I've been mentally preparing myself to have to fucking hurt one of you fucking Looney Tunes out here trafficking kids, fucking breaking fucking crazy fucking laws, fucking extortion, home invasion. Man, come on, man. Oh, man. No way. And I don't give a fuck how rare it is. I don't give a fuck. It'd be a shitty lottery for you to win, but somebody's gonna fucking win that lotto. If you told me there'll be one home invasion where an entire family gets killed, it'll be one out of the entire fucking city of Cedar Rapids. There will be just one next year. Good luck, everybody. Boy, you think I'm gonna be like, the odds are too low, I ain't worried about it, I ain't gonna get no gun. Boy, I'm gonna get a gun. I would have to go get one if I ain't had one. If somebody told me that, I'd go, oh, well, I'm not gonna fuck around with that. Who's gonna be the fucking, the lucky winner of that bullshit? Nobody should go for that. It's better to fucking have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. And everybody's heard that fucking saying before. It's because it's fucking true, man. Ask a fucking cop that goes 20 years on the fucking duty and never fucking fired his gun to save his life or his partner or nobody. Never fired the fucking gun. The only way he will fucking laugh that off that he never fired that gun is after he retires. Then he can laugh it off. Until then, he's thinking, man, one day, who knows? I'll celebrate when I get the fuck up out of here. The cop's not gonna disarm if there's a gun ban either. If they have a total gun ban. You think the cops will keep on buying new guns and ammunition? I bet law enforcement keep buying them if they made a gun ban. Why would they do that? Think about it for a second. Why would they do that? Got it? You figured it out yet? The cops will never give up their fucking guns, even if there was a fucking total gun ban, because they know, like I know, somebody not gonna give a fuck about that gun ban, and they gonna take guns. They gonna have guns. They're going to use them. They're going to be very grateful when they cross paths with a potential victim that does not have one. They're gonna like all of that. They don't want you to have a gun either. Joe Biden, a foreign invasion, the home invader, the next school shooter. You know what they all got in common? Don't none of them want you to have an AR-15. So why did Joe Biden sound like all these other people? Why they sound like that? You don't find that funny? That's crazy, boy. And my girl say some porn star type of shit. I'm gonna wonder where she got that from and what she plan on doing with that train of thought. Huh? They want you to know if your kid, if you got a teenage kid in high school and they start talking reckless, like they want to commit an act of violence at the school, if you think your kid is capable of that, they hold you responsible for paying attention to that, taking it seriously, and then trying to get ahead of the shit. That's what they do. I'm telling you, a government that want to take your guns, they look like something, we need to get ahead of that shit. We need to get ahead of that shit. Tell them they can't have it. Motherfuckers talking about the land of the free. This shit not free, man. You know it's not. I would just move the constitutional carry about 3 or 4 years ago. Where was Iowa on gun rights 5 years ago then? Huh? What about the year before they went constitutional carry? What were they doing? Something that wasn't quite aligned with the Constitution. They know it because they changed it to get more in tune with the Constitution. Were they not in violation of the Constitution before they changed that shit? Yes, they were. What's supposed to happen now? You're supposed to file charges on their ass, and whoever guilty of fucking with that shit, even though it was law, you're supposed to go to prison for 10 years at least. How far does it go? Maybe even put to death, depending on how far you let what you thought was law lead you down the path of violating somebody's fucking constitutional rights. Wherever that leads you is where you're gonna fucking go, right? That's crazy to me. You notice that nobody did that to them? Y'all say foreign or domestic, but you don't mean it. No, the fuck you don't. This is why I don't understand the fucking constitutional talk. I don't understand that constitutional talk, bro. It ain't doing none of the shit that you are fucking respected for. And it's doing all of the shit that you would hope that it wouldn't actually be doing. But it does that shit well. It creates a gap between us and government to the degree that JB don't even see any possibility of us fighting them off of our asses with an AR-15. He think that shit is comical. Y'all are weird. The Constitution did that. It did not stop them from doing it. Right? Point it out to me if you can find something that without the Constitution we wouldn't have it, and that it's a good thing. What is it? There's nothing that we're not even supposed to have until they wrote it in the Constitution, and now magically we can try to stand up for some things. No, that was a gateway for us to talk that legalese bullshit with a fucking talking snake. What the fuck is y'all talking about, man? Democracy, what is y'all talking about, man? Majority rule, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Who was that? Was that Thomas Jefferson that said democracy is like 2 wolves and a lamb voted on what's for dinner or some shit like that? Weird. That's how weird you guys are. But I should be able to say what it is that I just said about fucking mob rule. 51 can tell the other 49 that regardless of what it is that you wanted in your life to be considered free in this country, we are going to do a whole lot of shit that's going to make you feel not free, and you have to accept it, and you could die depending on how much you press the issue until the next fucking voting cycle. Wait till the next voting cycle. If you press the fucking issue in just the right ways, you're going to get killed. We're going to kill your ass. That's what mob rule says. That's what democracy says. It's not an exaggeration. I'm just saying it in a way that you don't want to face it, that it's saying that too. But you cannot call this shit free if they change laws to get closer to the fucking Constitution without you actually telling them that when they were in error, everybody was committing fucking crimes, that you all got to be held accountable for that. Every time they change the law to give us more freedoms, we got to go back to blame them for when they were giving us lesser of the fucking freedoms. U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242 says that if they do that, you're supposed to teach government a valuable lesson about getting their shit right by holding them accountable when they fuck up, and ain't nobody with that accountability. Stop pretending like you are, because you're not. You don't mean none of that patriotic shit, man. Y'all don't mean none of that shit, man. Y'all just say stuff because it feels good. It's a country of feelings. Every one of them. 6 cars in a row at the light. Every one of them. Once I put that hug count down out here where we got the you know, it's like a calendar or something, you know, like a little notepad, a giant size notepad that says 100 hugs today or whatever the fuck, how many hugs to go or whatever. And they had a little number pad, and you pull it off, and then I will sign it and give it to you to see what number hug you was when I try to get 100 hugs in the day on the 6-year anniversary. That's October 24th of this year. That's when I'm doing that. Hugs and humps, air hugs and all type of shit, baby, y'all, Charlord. Then scream out, you will hear from time to time in some of my videos. Air hug, you will hear somebody scream that shit. Ah, thank you. Look at all of these, and it be older white people too. The ones who are more likely to be, we like to believe that the cultural blending happens a little smoother every generation. Nowadays, it's cool to be black. That's how it was when I was growing up too. Nowadays, the kids are going through the same thing. Hip-hop really rules the world. It's kind of hard to find like a 13-year-old white kid that thinks that he is just superior to all black people, that they're all bad and evil. Ain't none of them fun or funny or cute or safe or happy or nothing. And it's hard to find a 13-year-old kid that feels like that. But when I see these older, even older than me, I'm 43. A lot of these people be older than me, honking and waving in the middle of Iowa. Iowa used to be a very racist fucking state back in the day. But the Ku Klux Klan used to fucking rally up here like it was the South. They used to get down up here. And this is the North, man. Supposedly the North. Get the fuck out of here. Racism doesn't follow like these political fucking lines like that. The shit was everywhere. There was people in the South that didn't like that shit. There was people in the North that would fucking love to move down South and get them a few niggas and some land. Fuck. And Iowa used to be like that. Got these older white men and women. This old married couple ain't nowhere in hell that was any younger than 60. How he live in Iowa? How he live in Iowa? And see a dreadhead nigga on his corner with all these fucking guns, and the first thing he think is, show that man some love and respect. That's the first thing he thought of. And I bet you he didn't call somebody nigga before. I bet you he has. He didn't mean it like that. I think a lot of people be lost in between. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of anti-cultural things, which is why like whitewashed black people tend to be a little bit more tasteful to certain white people because they thinking, well, they never articulated it or even get an opportunity to just say it, but they probably thinking, I don't hate people because they black. I don't like black culture. Boy, if you act like me, you got the same interest as me, I'm probably gonna rock with you, which is everybody. Who can't say that? Everybody says that. But when the differences between how somebody lived their life and how somebody else lived their life is such a culturally fucking vibrant thing, now you can't tell if it's a cultural thing or if it's a racial thing, which is not the same thing. So I can show you some white people who don't even act like they black, they just dance hip-hop. You ever seen all these TikToks and all these other videos and dance teams in these fucking schools and shit like that, and they do the hip-hop dance? All of those kids are thinking, dude, the black culture and community has something to offer. I would hate for them to appear to be persecuted or attacked because of their skin tone. I don't want nothing to do with none of that shit, blah, blah, blah. And yet still, they will have a certain kind of adverse reaction to some culturally black fucking environments, and that's not a racial thing, but people don't articulate or get an opportunity to just say that. That it's a cultural thing, not a racial thing. I used to think that there was a couple of people at my job that I work right now. I've been working the job for like 11 and a half years. I thought the two people that I work with were definitely racist because of how they would treat me. It was unfair. It would seem to be very judgmental way before they can get an opportunity to know who I am. They just seemed to treat me like they already know who I was, right? And I was like, there's got to be racism. What else will make you treat me any different than all these other people when you actually don't even know me either? What are you going on, right? And it wasn't that I was black. It's because I'm black the way I'm black. Because another black dude started working there, and he whitewashed as hell. And when he was in the office working, they didn't treat him like that. They only treated me like that. They don't like niggas. Some white people don't like niggas. It's a cultural thing, not a skin tone thing. Like they think that you're unintelligent or immoral because of your skin tone, or incapable of fucking holding responsibilities, and you think going to prison is a badge of honor and that type of shit, man. White people have a right to not like that type of shit. There's niggas that don't like that type of shit. There's niggas that don't like nigga shit. I think cultural differences get passed off or excused as racial tension, and it don't even really be that sometimes. I don't know, man. The world just fucked up, man. I think to air all of that out, to clear the air and make it right, people need to have the courage to come out here and talk about these things. Talk to people about what it is that you're saying. If you don't like black folks, say out loud to another black man what it is you don't like about them, and then he'll realize, oh, that's what you don't like? Man, I can show you some white people you wouldn't like because of that same reason. And he'll go, yeah, I know, because I don't like them either. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just kind of behavior, a lifestyle, or political views, music, how you express yourself. All of these things can go off a checklist of things that people don't fucking like, and they can go down the list. And you would think that they're describing black people, you're like, no, anybody that fits this, man. Because I could have sworn I was being racially discriminated against in my job, man. And I was wrong, man. I had to admit that I was wrong. Because when the black dude that came in there, they was pretty whitewashed, very religious. Also, that helped too. I'm not religious. I got a hard time hiding how nigga I am when I'm at work. I just kind of do myself. Sometimes I be talking in conversation, talking to a white boy. When I be talking to a white boy telling a story, someone I'll say nigga this, nigga that, and I can see them feeling kind of like, okay, I guess you can say that, but what can you try not to say? I can see them being uncomfortable with it, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot, man, I can't just, y'all take that shit some type of way. So when I examine those things and I see that shit, I gotta chalk that up for what it is, man. What it is that I'm noticing when I see that shit. And it be cultural differences, man. It don't always be race, man. I think we're making a big mistake by painting that over in that way. I think we're making a big mistake by painting things over with a broad brush like that in that way to say racist. Maybe they just don't like nigga attitude, bro. Maybe they just don't. Okay? Because I can think of some very white attitudes that would be unsavory and not appreciated in the work environment. Motherfuckers say poor and then you think black, but goddamn, why y'all ignoring a country full of fucking poor white folks? White folks be poor as fuck. I know some poor ass white folks. Some uneducated, poor ass white folks that are not just uneducated and poor and white, but they have no aspirations or expectations to ever get any better. They seem to have low standards about themselves and the future of their fucking kids. So they might get off into alcohol and drugs, maybe they get worse. There's a lot of kind of stuff that we go through in the black community, but who the fuck don't go through that, man? It's an American thing, man. The economic fluctuation of the American dollar, how readily available drugs are. All of those things, man, play a role, man.
How you doing?
Good, man. How you?
I'm well. You okay with us recording?
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Let's get it. Yeah. Go for it.
we had some of the best interactions that I've ever had out here today. And I would imagine people's spirits would be up on a day like this, would it be in the 4th of July? Marion, Iowa is always busting anyway. This corner is crazy. I think I've got the most middle fingers and fuck yous from cars on this corner, and I probably got the most positive, vibrant, loud interactions that I've ever had on the same corner. There's something about this corner here in Marion. I like it a lot. Man, I've been out here for a while, man. I'm in this live stream pretty soon. If anybody has anything to say in the chat, let me know. Shout out to all of y'all, LAF, Rick James in this bitch as usual. I love it when my usual suspects are here because if it's just a one-time touch and go for somebody to see my shit, that's sad, bro. Even if they support me, I think that's sad. What I have to unfold in this whole journey with my activism is an entire story of who I am and how I got this way, hoping that if anything at all that I go through or that I highlight in my videos can relate to how you think and feel about the world, I want you to know that you're not alone, that I want you to know that you're not alone, and that you valid in where it is that you stand on this shit, and that I just wish the best for y'all, man, because the best thing that can possibly happen if you ever had your life challenged, man, and you don't deserve that shit, is for you to win. It's just the best thing, man. And I want y'all to know that, man, because it's serious, and it's good in all circumstances. There's no circumstance that will make that untrue when I say that. That if you did not start that fight, you're supposed to win the fight. Nothing changes that. That's how morality works, bro. It can't be changed by silly circumstances and magical paper and shit. Thank you, LAF says, your logo is supreme. That's me, man. I try to make it very clear. Thought criminal. All I got to do is talk my shit. Everything that I'm saying, what I'm trying to examine and lay out for you guys to see as clear as possible, as clear as I can convey it. That if you understand me, good. If you didn't understand these things until you heard me, welcome to the fucking party. But I want to make it undeniable what it is that I'm saying. If you can oppose me, you're going to have to be as articulate and direct as I am when I'm laying this shit out there. You're going to have to do that. Because I'm being way too clear. It's way too easy to understand what it is that I'm saying. But we got a fight on our hands, though. And it should have never been like this. This debate with government over guns. Listen, imagine this, okay? Imagine governments of the world. Just imagine the U.S. government telling us that they want to mandate the Fauci ouchie on you and your kids, and that there was nothing you can do about it. Imagine them saying that, and we have no guns. You think that if they said that they would stop because you cried and you begged and you pointed to some paper saying, hey, I was supposed to have medical autonomy. You don't get to tell me what to put in my body. They're going to say, we're in a state of emergency. We're going to do what the fuck we say. And here we go. And then they force you into all that shit. If they try to force you into it and you have a gun, now they can only force you if they're willing to die or kill you to save you, which makes no sense. I have all expectations in the world that they leave us alone. That as soon as we have the guns and they start making these strong suggestions and we say no, then they go, okay, then I was just asking, and then they walk the fuck off. They're supposed to do that. When you got the gun, that's what they do. And if they move forward, then you know you're dealing with a madman. Because it makes no sense at all for them to say, let me help you or I'll kill you. That don't make no sense. Stop letting them do and say things that you go, oh, that don't make no sense. In order for you to go all the way through with your plan, you would have to be in great contradiction to what it is you want me to trust you about, to the degree that I can't even fucking rock with you at all. How about you stop fucking talking to me? Mike Cool says, realest gun guy on YouTube. Yes, the fuck I am. I don't get the best guns. I don't do all of the best fucking training. But you know what though? I know what's going on. That's for damn sure. And a man that's got the best guns and does the most training but says that government gets to choose whether we can have these guns or not. So when they say that we cannot have it, I should be a law-abiding citizen and just give it up and not shoot at the police? Anybody who thinks that that's the way I'm supposed to go, then all your training and your fancy schmancy ass fucking $10,000 AR, none of it matters. I don't understand. I would rather stand next to the guy that's been to the shooting range 3 times in a year and he bought an $800 fucking cheap ass AR-15 and he says they're not supposed to do that till you trade. Fuck them, let's go. That's my buddy. That's my friend. That's my homie. What the fuck is you talking about? There's a fundamental truth to what it is, and I'm saying that cannot be denied or superseded by nothing coming from any angle or perspective of honoring law enforcement just for being law enforcement or government just for being government. You're actually trying to support, if you do that, you're trying to support the ones who are going to come get you. The ones who threaten your kids. The one who got all this fucking nuclear business and this international bullshit they got going on, and now you scared because you don't know what's going to happen. Those are the guys who you say get to tell me what to do about my AR-15. They get to have them, but I don't. If you want it that way, you're a Looney Tune. You should grow up. You want to be someplace where the government says that you can't have no guns, go to Mexico. You won't go to Mexico though. You scared. You won't go to Ecuador because you scared. You won't go to El Salvador. You won't go to Peru. Central American countries are hogging up all of the places on the top 10 countries in the world for gun deaths. The U.S. is not in the top 10 for gun deaths. We are not. I don't know what makes them say that, but we're not though. Go look into it. You know what else is funny? None of those Central American countries, have a fucking constitution or a right to bear arms. Where they get all the guns from? Why they doing all this shooting? Because bad guys don't give a fuck. Bad guys don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. Bad guys just do shit. Bad guys love to embrace the violence while you shy away from the violence and then virtue signaling like that makes you good. It doesn't make you good. Some old country ass fucking white boys. I love that shit, bro. I love that support. It comes with fucking positive baggage. It means that every single time these motherfuckers fucking call somebody a nigga, and I bet you he has. This boy had a dip and everything. Country ass white boy. He looked like he think barbershops are a waste of time. He can do it himself. I bet you he cut his own hair. He never fucking shaved or never get no line in on it. He ain't on none of that. I bet you he despises rap music. Loves the sight of a nigga on the corner. A dreadhead nigga on the corner with an AR-15. This is my message to the government on July 4th, 2024. You can't have my gun. It was never up to you. If you pretend like it was up to you, then I know that that's shady business and that's nefarious as fuck. And I know what you're trying to do when you do that, but that's going to lead to only one place, and I know it. You can't have it. I'm not going to give it to you. You're not supposed to have it. You guys are the ones that are felons in possession of firearms if you are in violation of U.S. Title 18, Section 241 and 242. You're the felon with a gun, Mr. Officer, if you're in violation of that. Not me. I ain't never hurt nobody. I've never forced somebody's car off onto the side of the road so I can make them identify themselves and then sign something to promise to give me and my friends money. While me delivering a promise to them in response that if they don't hold to their promise, I'm gonna come see them. And if they want to fight, we can fight. Because I've been training to fight. And if you get crazy, we'll kill you in front of your kids on your birthday. Police don't give a fuck. And I ain't never treated nobody like that, but they have. That's why I win. And it's undebatable. Morally superior to every cop. Because I've never took a blind fucking oath of office to say, hey man, and if my job description bumps up against somebody's natural rights, I won't even notice. And if y'all change what y'all want me to act like that about, then I'll change what I want to act like that about. It sounds like a psycho. No one can tell me to change what it is that I'm willing to use my gun for tomorrow morning because of what some guys decided in a room void of my presence, and then now things have changed. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm only going to use my gun in defense. That's it. It's not even that hard to figure out. It's the only thing I will use my gun for. Defense. It's one rule. Defensive purposes only. That's super easy. Ask the cop what he's going to use his gun for. He'll say, well, not for the speeding ticket, but if you speed and you make me chase you and then you crash and then I jump out the car to get you and then I see that you have a gun or you take a swing at me, then I will get crazy and then the gun might come into play about the speeding ticket that I wanted to give you. Yeah, that's what they'll say to you. That's weird. Huh? That's weird because you gotta include the ticket as a potential step in a long line of events that could lead to him fucking shooting you multiple times and then maybe even getting an award for it. How bad were you? Did you sell some cocaine fucking 11 years ago? But when you crashed that fucking car in that high-speed chase, you had a gun on you? That's what you was doing? Oh, the cop shot you? Oh, hooray for the cop? Man, what the fuck? Man, y'all crazy. Y'all are hypnotized. I feel bad for y'all, bro. Because y'all just like the cops. Y'all won't use your own moral compass to just say, this is what the rules are. This is morality. This is where it stands. This is where morality stands, and it does not change. It does not budge. Come on, man. That's what you need to be doing. RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. I hear some music back here. I got to get out here before they end my live stream.